Hi.
I'm Krista.
Kevin.
And we are LCRC, and this weekend we are going to be hosting The Dream. If you just caught the video, that is coming to LCRC this weekend. We are very excited. As you can see behind us, we are outside Trackside. There is the Dream layout.
It's a dream layout.
Yeah, the boys have been working really hard to put it in. And Eric Salva says, on his way from north of the border. Wonderful. I hope you're having a safe trip. We're excited to have everyone here with us. So let us know in the comments where you're coming from and say hello. We're excited to see you all. Yes, we are early. We're busting at the seams. We're excited.
Antsy to get it going.
Yeah, 2 minutes early.
Yeah.
So we're always a little early, Taylor. That's kind of what LCRC is known for. Is if you think we're going to start at 8 o'clock, it's usually 7:59. Well, when I'm in charge, it's usually 7:58. So,
As long as the internet's working.
Yeah, as long as it's working. Brett says, early tonight, what's happening? Well, I'm keeping you on your toes. That is what is happening. Tim Long is on his way from Arizona. That is the kind of people we are bringing to the Dream.
Are you hitchhiking, Tim? Or are you going to be here this weekend yet?
Yes, I don't think that's hitchhiking hand. I think it's like like he's hanging loose.
Yeah. He's something.
Aaron says, I have questions. Do I wait till later? No, you do not have to wait till later.
Let her rip, Miller.
Go ahead and throw some questions in the comments. We're going to dive into things, but we are going to come back around. Mark, there is not a yard sale tonight. Thank you for asking. We instead decided to be Trackside to talk all about the track and the Dream, and we will save a yard sale for another time. But thank you for asking.
Yeah, yard sale's a little tough.
Yeah. Trackside yard sale would be no good. I want to dive in with just going over the basic schedule because there has been some questions about that. So I thought that we would start with the Dream schedule, the schedule for the Dream race that I have here right from the flyer, and I put some extra details in. So can we go over that? Then we can dive back in on the track and all of the other good stuff. But let's start with the schedule.
Sounds great.
So, practice was advertised for 5 to 8 tomorrow, with the hobby shop being open through the day, 11 to 5. Can you elaborate a little bit on what we can expect for the practice schedule for tomorrow?
So, again, back to what LCRC usually advertises, we try to advertise less than what we plan to actually offer. So, the actual reality track schedule for tomorrow, we're hoping... we're going to open the track probably 3 o'clock, maybe a little before. We'll put some laps down. We may close the track for a little maintenance or tune-up. Like we try to we try our best to offer something that is more than what you're expecting, right?
That's the goal.
And when we do that, we also try to give you the best value for the buck. So if we open a little early, we may take a chance to close and take a little maintenance break to try and tune it up and do the right thing.
Totally. So basically, we're thinking practice will start at 3.
I'm hoping, yeah.
And run till 8 is kind of the insider scoop for tomorrow. And then, go ahead.
I really don't have much more to add for the practice for tomorrow, other than that. Hey, it's a green track. It's been sealed over since Monday night. We took a pretty good amount of rain yesterday.
Yeah. Listen, let's save some of that for after we run through the schedule, because here's what I'm thinking. If people replay this, I want to start with the schedule for them, and then we can go back around and dive into all the details on the dirt and the track and the things. That way, if people are just looking for like the basic rundown, they can get it in the first 3 minutes.
Sounds good.
If they want more information, that's going to be later in the day. Later in the broadcast.
Yeah.
So the practice is going to run, we're guessing, probably 3 to 8. It was advertised 5 to 8, so it's guaranteed for that, but 3 to 8 would be wonderful. Hobby shop will be open 11 to 5. Practice on Friday is scheduled for 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. There is always a chance that that could open early, but I would not expect it to open later than that unless there is a reason. We will have Uncle Harry's food truck on site. So if you are not familiar, Uncle Harry has, he's like kind of, I would say he's a meat and potatoes kind of guy, but he's a burger and dogs kind of guy. He also has delicious milkshakes. He sometimes
chicken breast sandwiches.
Yeah, all the kind of
ham.
things you would want to have in a food truck trackside. He has cold cut sandwiches too. Like he's got a little bit of everything. So Uncle Harry will be on site all weekend, but he will definitely be here on Friday as well. In the evening, when we switch over towards our Friday night social schedule, Uncle Harry closes up for the day, and then we will have Olivia's fresh cut French fries here. They're delicious fresh cut French fries, famous for their being at Port Royal's Trackside. They do have like cheese coatings on them. Unfortunately, and fortunately for you, our local carnival is also going on less than 2 miles up the road. The bad side is we weren't able to secure a whole lot of extra food trucks because they're there.
Yeah.
But the good news is it's less than 2 miles up the road. So if you would like to go and take the kids to carnival rides, or obviously you could win a couple goldfish, or if you just want to get dinner, that's less than 2 miles up the road. It's a really wonderful event because almost everything benefits the local community. So it's like our local
fire company
has a stand, and the local softball team sells something. The Boy Scouts do funnel cakes. So it's all things to go back to the local community. So that'll be a wonderful opportunity. If you want to just sneak away a little bit through the weekend, there are tons of options there. The social will kick off 7 p.m. with our Nitro Late Model exhibition race, which is super exciting.
It's nitro and electric. We do have,
but I can't get out of that habit.
I know, me too. But we do have a handful of 8-scale electric late models participating.
Yes. So keep talking about it, but I am going to show them a little bit of a video. Gotta make sure that the volume's off on that. Yeah. So this is kind of what you can expect with the Nitro Late Model show. This was a battle between Cowboy and Adam Drake. Cowboy Risser and Adam Drake at the Mugen Challenge in 2022. It was a really amazing battle, but as you can see, there's tons of people trackside. This is the way we kind of kick off our social event. Everybody goes over there. They have a drink in hand, or they've already grabbed their French fries, and they head over to the track. They watch some really amazing racing. If you hear the nitro, it just makes that much more exciting.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And so that is a fun way that we kick off the social event. When that ends up, it'll end around 7:45. We will have cornhole tournament signups set up at that time. So come back from the oval track, saunter back over. It's $5 per person, $10 per team to sign up for cornhole. We do pay out for the top 3 finishers in that. And we will do it'll be either single or double elimination, just depending on how many entries we have. We don't want to be here all night doing cornhole. It's just supposed to be fun. And at 8 o'clock, Peyton Allen's going to kick off with some excellent music.
Yeah.
So
he's amazing.
Yeah, I would encourage everybody to just bring your lawn chairs on up and get ready to set up in the social area where the cornhole's going on, where the music's going on, and just be part of the fun. So that is on Friday. Is there anything I missed for the social?
No. I mean, the 8-scale late model thing is super cool. Yeah. We run it.
And there's a lot of people coming for that.
Yeah, there are, and that's why I said about the electric.
It's gonna be really exciting.
I know of 3 electric guys that are running it for sure, and a handful of nitro guys. It's gonna be pretty cool. Super stoked about that. I enjoy running the mic and the booth for that deal, and make keeping everybody to iPhone time to the minute, and being drill sergeant with it and adding to the excitement.
Absolutely.
But last I want to say last week, 2 weeks ago, for the Super Cup one, we were done at 7:38. So
there's a chance everything can kick off a little early.
Yeah, we stick to, like, when I say it starts at 7, at 6:59, I'm hollering, hey, you got 30 seconds, you got 15 seconds. Track's live for 15 minutes of open practice. We take the top 8 with the best 3 consecutive laps out of that 15-minute qualifying.
Yep.
Take them straight to the main. We have a 15-minute break, and at 7:28, 7:29, we start opening the track for warm-up, and at the closest we can get to 7:30, we go green for a 50-lap 8-scale late model main.
Super fun, super exciting. You won't want to miss it.
It's pretty cool.
So then after the social on Friday, we will get into Saturday's racing. We're going to kick things off with an 8 a.m. drivers meeting. So I would suggest everyone try to be here for the 8 a.m. drivers meeting, and we'll basically announce the schedule for the rest of the day at that time because...
Yeah, obviously, without knowing ahead exactly how many entries we have and how many heats it's going to take, in order to get the program up and going, we want to have the drivers meeting at 8 and be able to kind of dictate our own day. Make sure that we get a little break in between. Try and do, maybe there'll be some open practice in between rounds.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah, depending on where we are with entries, we will make some decisions at that point. We already have quite a few pre-entries and lots of people coming that have not pre-registered. Sure. So we're feeling very good about the weekend, very excited about the weekend. Listen, we've been planning and working towards this event since February.
Wow.
I mean, really officially.
Late December, early January, really.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a long time coming, and we're really excited to get down to it. And then I just wanted to mention that Sunday main times are based off of finish. We'll announce what time Sunday's mains are starting off of Saturdays, during Saturday evenings wrap up.
Of course.
Type thing. So, I didn't want people to think they had to wait till Sunday to know what was going on Sunday.
So, I did catch a latecomer practice Saturday morning question.
Yes.
Yes, there will be latecomer practice Saturday morning. I can't tell you what time, depending on, obviously, Mother Nature's participation and how our track prep is going. We may have the track open for latecomer practice before the drivers' meeting. If nothing else, after the drivers' meeting, when the track is ready, we will at least offer an amount of time for latecomer practice before we start qualifying.
Totally. So are you ready to now jump back into comments? I think I covered the basis of things.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question is a hard one because I don't know the answer to that, which is, can I run EDM in Midwest Mod? I remember Brad Mueller talking to us about our rules, which I do have the rules here. And Aaron, I would just simply ask you, is it legal? Because I don't think it's not legal. Then no, right? Then no. So because I don't remember the difference between the two. It's completely different body styles, right?
It is different. And no, unfortunately.
But if it's legal,
because EDM runs the 2.2 wheels, and I'm pretty sure Midwest Modified is on the short course stuff. So unfortunately, the rule package is just too different.
And we are sticking to the rules. So if you have a question about if something is allowed in a class, you can just always look at the rule book. We've posted it everywhere, but if you go right directly to our website, like where the pre-registration was, which has now closed, it says sold out. It's obviously not sold out. It just is the pre-registration has now closed. You can just sign up in person. Yep. Price will not change. It's still going to be $50 to sign up in person. So, but the rule book is posted right there. You can click on it. It looks like a cute little book, and then it'll take you to all of those rules. Hi to Tim Pets. Hello to Shane and Michelle Nipple. Nice to have you. Thank you, Shane, for your help today. That is if that was the Mugen layout in the background, it looks pretty high speed. Yeah, not the Mugen layout behind us.
The transition from the base up one to the left-hand turns would be pretty gnarly, though.
It would. So there is Blaine Weiss. Hey, I met him at the Harrisburg Airport on my way to Florida, and I was telling him all about our business and how much I love it. So thank you for hanging out with us. Always good to have a new follower. Shane Lauk says, wow, that track looks amazing. Aw, great job, Garrett Williamson and Kevin. Yeah, the guys have all worked really hard at it. I have to shout out Dale Steidinger. You know, it does not. Do you guys notice there's no big dirt piles around?
Yeah.
All of the dirt
Takes every ounce of jump
is
dirt.
on that oval,
Yeah.
and
It's pretty wild.
you know, Dale Steidinger is able to do work that would take our crew hours.
It would have took Garrett and I 3/4 of the day, and Dale had 4 corners and 2 straightaways down in like an hour and a half.
It was amazing.
Thanks, Dale.
So we're so grateful for his expertise. Oh, Nick Camasco says, thanks for the points update. He's in it to win it. Good luck. I'm excited for you. Brett Butter says the late model race was awesome. Watching Drake and Mayfield go at it with the locals. Yeah, that was really special.
Yeah, it's usually it's throwdown. There's no
it doesn't matter
mercy.
Who's on that track. It no longer matters what team you're on or where you're from. Those guys like duke it out, and it is some of the best racing you'll watch all weekend.
It's super cool. They all have such a blast with it because it's so like it's non-pressure for them because it in the grand scheme of their RC career it doesn't matter. It's strictly just for fun.
So you would have to be super old school to know this about me, but I had always wanted to have a like Trackside slash race. I wanted all the pros to come out and just race like out of the box 2-wheel drive Trackside slashes back in the day. Mm-hmm. And of course they can't do it because they're locked into driving certain cars and doing certain things and whatever. Mm-hmm. And there may have been a couple nights after hours that we had some fun with some Trackside slashes, but I cannot confirm or deny who was there. But I will tell you that the Nitro Late model is everything I ever wanted on that oval track. So it's all these guys, like some of the most top caliber guys or different teams or whatever, and they're just duking it out, and it doesn't matter what they're driving. They're just having fun. There's nobody held. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no one's held to anything. Mayfield always has beer in his hand. It's a blast. You have to it's awesome. Mark Logan says he's stopping for fuel in the Nitro Late model. Oh, stopping for fuel must be in a Nitro Late model must be nuts. It is nuts.
Well, that's why we run 50 laps. Now, at Mugen Challenge, in the past, we've run 100-lap mains, which means there's fuel stops involved in the whole bit.
It's wild.
That gets a little crazy. I'm not...
Do you remember that time Tim Long caught the car, threw the car? It was like the car came this way into pit stop, threw it down, threw fuel in it, and basically threw it back out that way. Yeah. It was the most wild thing I ever saw.
Yeah, I don't know if Tim knows it yet or not, but he's pitting for Garrett Williamson.
Well,
in the house car this
Tim,
weekend.
We're excited to have you as our pit guy again. We know that you're up to the job because we've seen you in action. Tina Burns says hello from the McAllisterville Carnival. We were just talking about the carnival, and we're excited that you're joining us from there. The Samoji say it's a splash and go. Mugen Challenge is a longer race, 50 laps, they don't have to pit. 50 laps, they can usually get by in a tank. Okay, Yep. Is there a latecomer practice?
Yep,
We already talked about that. It is different bodies. Thank you, Brad Muller, for jumping in on that. 2 different classes. And people who brought the Midwest modified bodies just for this race. And people bought, yes, they did. They did. So we're going to stick to that. Hi, Dennis Brew. We're excited to have you this weekend. Thank you for coming. And Dale, because he was saying that it wasn't just...
Yep.
Are you in the parking lot? I don't think he's in the parking lot yet. I don't think that Dennis Brew is here quite yet. Brian says that the track is looking good. It's going to be a great weekend. Thank you, Brian. I got your entry. Thank you for signing up. We're excited to have you pre-entered. I have added you into the computer. Dennis says, hi, hello to you. Jason says, slight panic attack when I first saw it flattened. Yeah.
Why?
It's something to get used to. But it's nice to have a little break from all the jumps.
We flatten it all the time.
We do,
Just nobody ever sees it flat.
Yeah, we do.
She was ready for a makeover. She's been she's been baked tight and dry for months.
There is no doubt that it will be 100% a new layout for Mugen. No one can doubt that.
Nope.
Brad says he needs an 8-scout ride. Yes, you do.
Sorry, we're all out.
So Simojis want to know, do you have an idea for the Mugen track? I don't know.
It'll be off-road. There will be jumps. Yeah. Nope. People ask us that all the time, and I'll tell you the same story I tell them. we've drawn a layout ahead of time. I know I did it once, and I think Cody tried it once. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we've drawn a layout ahead of time twice. And they were two of the worst layouts we've ever had.
Horrible.
So we no longer draw the layout. Cody told me 2 weeks ago that he had a couple ideas for some new obstacles, and that's as far as we
I
went.
will tell you, he has been discussing the over-under. I don't. We have. It's come up a couple times.
I know.
It has.
He wants to do a dirt one though, not the wooden one, and I'm just not. I don't know. He's got to sell that to me a little more.
Well,
we'll see.
I'm not saying it's a done deal. I'm saying he has mentioned it.
Yeah.
Brad Muller says, "Can you tell us what vendors are going to be attending?" I'm assuming he's talking about what manufacturers are going to be attending. Because we don't necessarily have vendors on site for this race.
No.
That guy's here. Hello, that guy.
I mean, we have.
He's just turning around. Hello, goodbye. Have a good day.
We obviously have the food vendors that we already discussed.
Yes.
As far as manufacturer support, obviously Custom Works will be here in the house.
Yep, Max has already been messaging with us, and they are on their way. We're excited to have them. And there are, I mean, obviously, Eric showed up in the comments a little bit ago, so the Salvises are going to be on their way. And LCRC will be here. So we have a pretty good hobby shop on site.
The boys from Leicester's RC track will be here.
Yep.
I know it's kind of irrelevant as far as oval goes at this point, but Tim Long from Yugen USA will be here.
Yes, he will.
I had a request from Drake. Yeah. So Drake hit me up a couple days ago wanting to know. Basically, he wanted to come, run the oval.
Oh,
because he's in love with the 8
I know,
scale thing.
it's out of control.
And I told him
he's on his way to Montana.
I told him I had a sprint car for him if he wanted to come run 8 scale Friday night and stay for the oval. But he's pretty dedicated to his 8 scale off road program, so he's off to Montana for that. But,
yeah.
Tim, I can't imagine. Who knows? It could be anything. The last time he tried to talk me into doing the 8 scale late model program, not just Friday night, but Saturday night and Sunday, because the guy's addicted to that stuff.
Yes, he is.
But no, it's.
We're also really excited that Joe Bornhorst will be back on site. We're excited to have him for an oval race. So he will be here this weekend, new dad, and it should be really.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Joe. Haven't seen Joe in a couple months, so it'll be great.
Really cool to see him at oval too.
Yeah, thanks to Kurt for putting the car together for me. That was I couldn't have pulled it off without you, so appreciate that for sure.
So let's talk about the dirt work. I know that you were talking about some things a little bit ago about how you rolled it in tight. We did get over 2 inches of rain last night. Obviously, you can't tell now because they've been watering ever since.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know where to start. Dirt work wise, after Dale laid down the footprint for us and basically turned it over to Garrett to, manicure the race surface and do all the things, the dirt was dry. So, I mean, we had put probably 3,000 or 4,000 gallons of water and soap into it before it was built. So the footprint has some moisture in it.
Yep.
But of course, when the sun's up, it just bakes it.
Yeah.
Sahara Desert dry on the top. So, Garrett was turning it and watering it and turning it and watering it, and then of course Mother Nature steps in. So we sealed it tight.
For us.
We sealed it tight, and when I say we, I basically mean Garrett ran the roller and sealed it tight. We've got, and I don't know if you can lean just a wee bit. If you guys can see, like, up over in this area, see this kind of berms and whatnot above the oval. So we have a huge problem for this race because
it's so hard to do it backwards.
I know. Anyway, so the the natural footprint for the off-road, obviously we have tons of elevation. So all of the water from a rain event will run off the top deck and come down around Krista's head and down over the whole track, right? Yeah. So we've built some berms up there trying to funnel the runoff water out.
Worked really well.
It did. I feel like we had an 85 to 90% success rate with that.
Totally.
And we learned some things from the big rain. I'm actually very grateful that we got that big rain.
Totally.
It left us some puddles around the infield of the oval that we were able to try and, modify the runoff. Obviously we have drains in the infield. It's a banked oval, so we have to get the water out somehow. So we have a drain on each end. We're super prepared for any kind of weather event that comes in.
Which, listen, this is a great segue into weather because there has been some concern. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at weather.com or my iPhone or whatever you look at for weather, there are little rain clouds on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Please, people, listen to me. Look in a little bit closer. First of all, it's mostly rain overnight, which actually always helps this track. So if you are not familiar with LCRC, the dirt and the drainage loves the rain. They have it set up ready for any kind of moisture that comes our way. And that does not even go just to what they're talking about right now about those drainage pipes that they put in, but it also goes to, there is French drains dug in all underneath this track, everywhere underneath. So it's set up and ready for drainage. That's when we built this. We didn't just put it in the side yard. We actually purpose built it with the drainage built in. So anyway, if we get rain overnight, that'll be really good for the run line. That'll be really good for the track itself. And we're ready for that. There's like one. Go ahead.
No, I'm just itching to say, like, the off-road guys that come monthly, they actually want it to rain.
There's Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hi,
Sorry.
Joe. The off-road guys want it to rain.
Yes.
Because when it rains and we sawdust the surface,
best surface,
the moisture and the grip is through the roof.
Oh, it's so good.
It doesn't wear tires, the traction's for days, and it's great.
Yeah.
So I understand oval's a little different, and a lot of the oval guys are a lot more weather sensitive, and I get that. But I'm telling you, we're prepared. We look ahead for the drainage. We have the sawdust and equipment, and we're, if we get a little rain, listen, it's gonna sort of suck in that moment because nobody likes getting rained on in their easy up, right? But the track turns out better afterwards, and it'll be great. Like,
okay, so again, back to the forecast though, looking like rain mostly in the overnight era, so that's fine. We can just deal with that in the morning and no big deal. Or if there is it is August, it's going to be close to 90 degrees. Sometimes there's pop-up thunderstorms. So they say rain in the forecast. We deal with this every year at Mugen Challenge. There's a rain cloud in the forecast. That's going to say that because there's scattered showers around. It's 90 degrees in August.
97 degrees and humidity out the wazoo.
They just have to put it out there because they know that there's a chance that there could be a pop-up storm. So you just prepare for it. Seriously, if we're not at all worried. We're not stressing about that at all. You have something?
No, Mark, it wasn't a Pete, but it was I'm going to go with a millennial with a diesel pickup with well casing for a pipe. That's basically what came by.
So we Shane Nipple says, we know how to deal with the rain in short order. Don't sweat it. Come and race with us. You won't regret it. Thanks, Shane. What a nice thing to say. Shane Locke says, designing an overhead sprinkler system for your track as we speak. Sweet. I'm in. Mike Reeves says, Brett, that's why they made you truggy.
Yeah, Brett, I will remind you of the comments you made to me about, why truggy went out first. So,
yeah. Very, very good.
Yeah, Joe, looking forward to seeing you too, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to get to have a little relaxed, no pressure type fun weekend and get to give this oval thing a whirl.
Totally.
That's exciting. I'm anxious to watch.
Race line. Talk to me about the race line.
So at the prelude race, the run line was 170 feet, 172, depending on who measured it. Right?
Yeah.
We wanted 180. We got 170. Good enough. Like, satisfied, right? We were so tickled with the footprint and the layout and the way the prelude track was basically designed and built.
We want to mimic it.
100%. If we could have just dropped a carbon copy, we would have been happy.
Yeah.
We did our best. We came up a little short on carbon copying it.
Okay.
Okay, which in reality, I shouldn't say it like that because we're not short. We actually have a 178-foot run line.
Okay.
So we gained a couple feet on the run line.
Great.
Some of the major things that we changed. So we got rid of the dirt berm. There'll be no dirt berm on the infields. If you can look over, wow, this is
so
weird.
hard.
If you look, no, don't move. If you just look over Krista's shoulder, right here, you'll see that there's a smooth transition from the run line down into the infield. It's obviously not yet complete because we worked really hard today. We got caught up by, again, Mother Nature, not with rain, but it's so blazing hot. And we were trying to make it ultra smooth down inside the white line. We actually we put down some chemicals, some glue on the under the white line and not in the run line, just so that the marbles from when people get down, inside the apex of the turns, they're not spinning marbles up into the run line.
Yeah.
So it's hard to see because with the glue and the water and whatnot that we were doing, you can't see the second white line on the inside very well.
Yeah.
But we are going to have two white lines. The white line closest to the run line will be the, hey, you're getting down, this is the run line. And then I believe it's roughly 10 inches inside of that. We're going to have the blue whiskers. And then inside of that, an undetermined distance as of yet, we're going to put the 1.5-inch black water pipe down and nail it down for the inner, can't cheat apex.
It's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
I really like the looks of that. They have it laid out right now, ready to go into the track. And it's the perfect size. It's not going to take anybody out, but it's going to keep them from cheating.
We thought we were doing the best we could do with the dirt berm the last time.
This is better.
It's way better.
Listen, we learn every time.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we are doing this race 20 years from now. We'll be really good.
And I can't speak for it yet because we haven't tried it. But so if you get down below the whiskers and get looped out in the apex of the turn, instead of sitting there in the marbles and doing donuts for 5 seconds till you finally get going, I'm hoping, since we've glued that little infield apex section, if you get down inside the whiskers and get spun out, you should, knock on wood, you should be able to get pointed in the right direction and just grip it and rip it and get going. So we're hoping that all works out. Again, this is new to us, so we're not 100% sure, but we're trying.
New. We're figuring it out. Hey, Brad Muller says he would like to know a little bit about pre-tech and post-tech. What can you tell us about tech?
I don't like tech.
Oh, no, that's not the way to look at this.
No.
We are not the tech people. We'll just say that. We have people for that. We do.
And we're very, we have a rule book.
Yes.
And we have all the gauges.
I have the rule book on site. If you have questions,
we have the fancy motor meter and the whole bit. We're pre-testing all of the 13.5 lock timing motors.
Yes.
You have to bring them to pre-tech. Unsoldered. If
you need help, we will be happy to help you.
Don't panic if you're the guy that just bring the chassis. We'll take the motor out and do it for you if we have to.
But we also hate cheating. So you have to kind of like tech if you hate cheating, which, let's just all be honest. Let's keep it an even playing field. If we put the law down at the prelude and showed people how serious we were about tech, It's not because we like tech. It's not because we want to make tech a big deal. It's because we want it to be a level playing field and if everybody's on the same page. Yep. So we have the most sophisticated motor testing equipment that money can buy, let me tell you. And
real happy that day.
So we're ready to do it, and so you have to bring your motors in, get them pre-tacked.
So for anybody that's new to us, and you're wondering how we're going to attack these 13 5-lock timing motors, so we took a batch. I either did 5 or 7. No,
I think 7. Actually.
I did 7.
Yeah,
I did 7 motors, ran them out of the store, tested them all, took the best one, threw it out, took the worst one, threw it out, took the 5 in the middle, averaged the numbers, and we have this set of average numbers, and then I gave it 1 or 2%. I forget. I can look in my book, but I either gave you a 1 or 2% variance from that average, and you have to fall within those parameters.
Yeah.
At the last race, at the prelude, we had
1 fail,
1 that was under, and then again we had another one that was under at the series race. So those of you who have had your motor sealed from us from one of those 2 races, as long as the seal's not broken,
you're good to go.
You're fine.
If not, you just bring it in unsoldered. We will test it and seal it up for you, and then you'll be good to go for the weekend.
The good news to that is, at the prelude especially, because I was doing it then, we actually helped 2 or 3 different customers that didn't realize they had sour motors.
Yeah.
And
they were pretty grateful
for because our test will actually tell you if it's a turd.
Yeah. And we had a couple of those.
Yeah. And they were able to purchase new motors and improve their weekend and have a better time. So
absolutely.
It's not just the looking for cheaters. It's helping people realize that their stuff isn't up to snuff and moving forward that way.
And we wish it wasn't necessary, but listen, even if we just caught one guy that was not within the rules, then it makes it more fair for everyone. Well, and
listen, there's some tracks that not that they don't have rules, but they never look at anything.
Sure.
And when one guy goes online and sees how to, twist a rotor or change the screws or do whatever, then all of a sudden either everybody has to do it or that class kind of fades because everybody is tired of getting a licking from somebody that's been in the rules. So,
totally.
Just trying to stay on the up and up and make sure that everybody has an equal chance to have a good time.
I have one thing I really wanted to talk about that we haven't got to yet, which is the broadcast value of this event. Toby was watching us earlier. He probably is already clocked out because it is way past his bedtime. But 46RC is going to be on site all weekend. I'm extremely excited about what we've been building with 46RC and the broadcast value for LCRC. When I talk about broadcast value, it is the moving cams, it is the live footage, but now it's even more than that. We have a hospitality tent, which was provided by JConcepts, that is right here on site. It has live video inside the tent, so when you watch the big screen in there, you can see what's going on the track, except it's also going to have the timing and scoring right on the screen for you. It's going to tell you who it's following. So if you've never watched 46RC, if they're following first place, the little name of whoever's in first place is going to pop up and say, this is in first, and here's his name. If they switch to second place, it's going to tell you that. So even just as someone that doesn't know every paint scheme, I love sitting in that hospitality tent and just getting to know which cars are coming. We also have post-race interviews. They really expanded at our last off-road event to provide these post-race interviews, which, they got this girl to do the interviews. She's fantastic. I feel like she's done it before. And she will do these interviews with these racers after the event or after their particular race. So winners will come right over. Hopefully we'll do some more of that throughout the weekend and just kind of spotlight the drivers and talk to people and make it exciting for those of you watching at home, or if your families are not going to make the trip and they want to watch at home. We really wanted to make it worthwhile. I know how many times Kevin would go to big events and I was watching from home, and I wanted it to be worthwhile to watch. I didn't want to have to just look at the live RC to see, did he get his lap yet? And watch the timing and the score.
She never got to watch me have an interview, I can tell you that.
well. So anyway, the 46RC broadcast is going to be fantastic. I'm excited. If you didn't know, they're also doing a waffle right now to help fund that broadcast for this weekend.
Yeah.
So they're waffling off of a Beast kit. So if you go to it's just 46RC on Facebook, you can put in, it's $10 per spot. They have a limited number of spots, and they're waffling off that kit to give it away this weekend.
Custom Works Beast Midget.
Yeah. And we're really excited for that. We would love it if you guys, if you care about coverage of these type of events, if you would just throw $10 at that. I know that Toby would be grateful, but we'd also be grateful because we're happy to have him here and giving us the broadcast that he that he provides.
100%.
Also, guys, that's worth $500. So even if you just win it for $10, sell it on eBay if you want or whatever, you can make some money on it. But if you care about 46RC and the kind of broadcast that they have to provide for all the events, not just ours, support them.
For sure.
It's important. So, and Toby missed that whole thing and he won't even watch this and even know I said anything nice about him. So, did you read what Brian said?
I did.
Fill me in.
I did. And Brian, if the rules actually say vented on the side, meaning like alluding to
Side of the tire?
vented in the center is not legal.
That's crap.
No.
We're not following it.
I vent all mine in the center.
Tell me what page that's on. I'll go fix that right now.
Right now?
I will tell you. So we kind of like picked out rules from all of our favorite rules.
Why? It's exhausting. It's exhausting.
I feel like we read it 30,000 times to make sure everything was right. But like if something like that,
Proofread the crap out of that and still
oh my god, I read it 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
But you get a little bored.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
So Brian, don't sweat the venting of the rubber.
You vent it right in the middle.
The
Somebody
thing,
tries to kick you out.
here are the things that are a huge issue with the tire.
Tell me.
So
make it the right tire.
If come main day, so and so smokes the field, and they're like, something's up. We have the right to pull the tires and cut them. You can't modify the foam, meaning you can't poke holes in the foam. You can't glue the foam to the wheel. You can't glue the foam to the tire.
What page did it say
You
that
can't
on?
put bands or fiber tape around the foam. You can't do any of that kind of stuff. But you can vent the rubber carcass of the tire on the center or on the side. It doesn't matter. We're not splitting hairs on that one. So
I'm looking for it.
I'm gonna guess it's probably
On one of the Mud Boss pages, I'll bet.
No, I would bet that it's where it talks about the control tires for the classes. If I had to bet.
That's on the first page. I didn't see it there.
Well, who knows? Doesn't matter. It's a non-issue. Things that are an issue, obviously, were control tire. You have to run the stock foam. It can't be altered. All the normal stuff. Like we really try to reinforce the common sense rules.
We're pretty reasonable.
Yeah. I mean,
But you know what else we are?
married.
Super fun.
Oh.
It's going to be a fun weekend.
She's fun.
I am so fun.
I'm mean.
You're not mean. You're a dictator.
At times. No.
Hey, any other questions about the dream? Pop them into the comments now. Or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed.
Oh my gosh, me too. It's only 8:41, but I also I want to just. We're only a couple weeks away from Mugen, so I feel like we need to just touch on a couple things.
I don't have the bandwidth for that.
Can I just touch on some things that are important to me?
Sure.
Hey Brian, me too. Let's just play cornhole. I mean, let's race too, but the cornhole, that's where it's at. And I can't wait for you guys to hear Peyton Allen. He's so good. Yeah. Oh, he's so good. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be such a blast. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Nick has good questions. So, seeding round plus 3 rounds in one day. Is there a time and goal for finish on Sunday?
Yes.
So, all of our events,
everything,
whether it be off-road, oval, whatever, we don't like to race past 10 p.m. on Saturday, and I don't want to use the word guarantee, but we basically off the record guarantee you to be done on Sunday by 5 p.m. so you can be packed up and on the way home.
Some people have asked me about that in the past, and the reason that all started is because when we started getting more higher caliber racers or racers who were traveling in, we had two problems. Number one, they had long drives ahead of them on their way out of town, but number two, they would have to book flights. There are specific racers that would come to an event as long as they could leave Sunday evening. They did not want to have to stay over and pay for one more hotel room and stay overnight one more night. So when we were able to tell that type of racer that they would be done Sunday by 5 o'clock, that guaranteed them coming to events like the Mugen Challenge. We've carried that through to all of our events because we want any of those racers that would be able to come to Mugen to be able to come to all of our races and know that they could be guaranteed the exact same thing. So that started with that, and we're carrying it forward. You know, when we say we're done playing small, it means that we're setting this event up to play just like our huge offer races that we have that are 500 entries. This is laid out the same way so that when it grows to that same place, you guys are prepared in that same way. And honestly, I don't care if you're a sponsored driver or not. You deserve to be able to know that you can leave in a race by 5 p.m. If you have families you want to get home to, you want to get a dang shower by 5 o'clock on a Sunday, and I do too.
How about by 8:45?
Yeah, you could use the shower. No offense, baby.
Fresh shirt isn't good.
You worked real hard. So Nick, me answered. Taylor, I'm going to come back to you with Mugen here in just a minute. Brad says, can we get Kevin to sing karaoke? Highly doubtful. Safety meeting. There's been multiple races that I was shocked that they were done by 5 p.m. on Sunday. Kevin is a beast at getting it done, no matter how many mains there are. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Listen, that's one of the things that gets us in the greatest trouble on Saturday night, because as soon as we're done Saturday night, whether it's at 9:06 or 10:56, everybody wants to know, what time are we starting in the morning? What time are we starting in the morning? And they're all watching live RC, and somehow they get to see us fumbling around with the schedule, even though we have an uploader turned off and the whole bit. But the deal is, when the races are over Saturday, I need a set amount of time to work with Ed in the booth and get it figured out what time we have to start Sunday morning so that we can be done by 4:30 on Sunday.
Totally.
And it doesn't just happen at the drop of a hat. It takes a little work. Yeah. And there's been races like Mugen Challenge. We've had to start the G main of intermediate e-buggy at 6 a.m. Sunday morning. Yeah. And we didn't get the main set up and posted until 12:02 Saturday night. Totally. So, like, you guys, you got to realize, like,
there's a lot of work.
Holy cow. Yeah. Like, it takes a village, and, you know, I get it. You guys didn't want to be here racing that late. You also don't want to start that early, but
we got to do what we got to do to make it
we were here running
good
the
for
computer and running the race that late, and guess what? We have to start that early, too. So
sorry. I wanted to mention a couple things that I maybe have forgot to mention, which are both Mugen and the Dream. Camper pump outs are cash only now. So we do have this wonderful service. There's porta pot. We put a lot of money into our porta pots here at LCRC. I know a lot of people might laugh at that or think what a silly thing for people to talk about, but if you've ever had to go to an RC track with a really horrible porta pot, you will understand why the wife of this place makes sure our porta pots are very nice. And they have toilet paper, and they're clean, and they get cleaned out several times throughout the weekend. It costs us a lot of money to keep those porta pots up, but we do it because that's part of the cost of doing business in an RC track. Here's the thing. We also offer this wonderful service where they will come and they will pump out your camper. So if you've brought a camper along, you have a bathroom in there, you need your tank pumped out through the weekend, that is available generally on, it's probably just this weekend is be available Saturday or Sunday late. So like Sunday afternoon for you to get pumped before you leave. If you want either of those services, that will be cash only. There will be no credit cards for that. The thing is there's a credit card fee that comes off of that. So by the time we pay the credit card fee and then pay them, we've lost money on the deal. It's not worthwhile to do that. So we want to keep providing you wonderful service and whatever. So it's just, that's cash. What was the other thing I was going to say?
Fresh water.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So same thing on the camper front. We also have fresh water that's available. The camper pump outs are $45 per pump out. The fresh water is $20 for a 30 gallon fill up. That's available throughout the weekend. My dad actually does that service. So if you just come and let us know, then we can refill you 30 gallons for that $20. Again, that's cash as well. And you can honestly, if you see my dad around, my dad's really wonderful. He does trash all weekend. He's like a pivotal part of LCRC being so 100%. Successful. He will give you white trash bags, put some trash in it, leave it out at the edge of the road. He will come and get it. It's easier for him to do that than take a huge bunch of trash all at once. So just leave him a little bit of trash at a time, and he'll be happy to come and take it away as you go. Again, that's one of those little things that elevate your experience while you're at LCRC.
Same with the cigarette butt outposts. Yes. If you do charcoal or a fire pit, which has to be a raised pit, nothing in the ground. If you have charcoal or ashes, please don't dump them. Flag Bob down on his way by. He'll be happy to come get them for you and take care of it.
Absolutely.
Again, like if you have cardboard, please don't put it in the green trash cans. Just sit it out by the edge of the road. Again, when Bob gives you the white kitchen bags, don't put them in the green trash cans. Just sit them out by the road. Bob will come get them, and that makes everything run a lot smoother.
Easier for him to pick up a bag than to have to take the whole green dumpster every time. Yeah. So just some little notes to make it easier. Also, if you come to sign up in the store, if you could just bring your transponder numbers along, that makes it much easier for us in the store. The sign up is inside the hobby shop. So just come in and visit the girls. Kendall and I will be in the hobby shop. I was going to say something else and I forget. If you have a late sign up or need something from Ed in the booth, we ask that you put it in writing. He's very busy running the races. We want his focus to be able to be on what's on the track. So therefore, if you have any kind of changes, a late sign up or anything like that, we're going to ask you, or a transponder number change, anything that would need to go to the booth.
Was a Pete, just say that.
If you could just put that into writing on a piece of paper so that you could just take it in there, not say one word to him, hand it to him, and then walk out. That'd be super great. If you guys have any other questions about Dream, pop it in the comments. I want to switch the subject to Mugen just for a couple seconds to talk about a couple things. I mentioned...
I'm not ready. That's like 3 weeks away yet.
I know. I just have a couple early announcements for my people that are here all the time.
Yeah.
So I mentioned about the cash price or that you have to use cash for the pump outs. I wanted to just mention there is a cash discount at Mugen Challenge. It's going to be $75 cash, or it's going to be $80 if you do credit. So
for entry fee,
and that's for your entry fee. So that's per class. There is no discount. So if you're signing up for Mugen Challenge and you want a little bit cheaper, $75, that all comes down to, there's a cost of doing business these days, and the credit card fees just continue to rise. It used to just be Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and then American Express, and those would be different percentages. But now, if somebody pays with a Cabela's card, that's a higher percentage. If they have a rewards card from Amazon, that's a higher percentage. Yeah. And it's just gotten really crazy with the amount of money. And listen, when you're coming to the hobby shop, it's just part of what it is, and we understand. But with the entry fees, we do have a lot of overhead costs with that we need to consider. And so there's just going to be a cash discount, and that's just a way to encourage that. And if you don't have cash, that's okay. We still accept the credit card. We're just going to put it to a $5 increase. So just that's...
Yeah, we're to the point now where the camper spot rentals, they don't even cover the cost of electricity for all the air conditioning and electric that the campers use. So, unfortunately, not that we're still stuck in the 90s kind of pricing.
No, but everything's going up, and we're trying not to. Yeah. And this is the problem, is we're trying to keep our prices low, and you just have to focus into where the expenses are then. And some of these expenses, I'm like, okay, well, this we could just pass on to the people that are choosing to pay that way. Yeah. we don't have to pass it on to everybody. And that's the thing. It's like, instead of raising everybody's rate, we're just like, let's just pass that on to the people that don't want to pay with cash. And so that's the option. Thank you, Chucky. Chucky says cash is the best way. Yeah, totally. We appreciate it. And we're not trying to give anybody, like a hard time, but that's
it's just
just
the reality.
best for our business. And honestly, it's our responsibility to make sure that LCRC can continue for years to come. And we can't lose money on this kind of stuff.
I bought bodies today from an oval company. I'm not going to name them, but they're in the same boat we're in, and they don't take PayPal anymore. You have to pay through some link deal they have, and when you pay with a credit card through their link, it charges you a fee, and you, as the purchaser, you have to pay that. And
so Aaron just said, he asked if I think he's saying the tent camping lot worked the same as an off-road race for this weekend.
Yeah.
So we still have the camper reservation portal. You can go on there and book a spot. I think we're close to sold out. If we're not sold out,
we're close to sold out. But Aaron, if you're contact me tomorrow, Aaron, and I'll be happy to go over with you in more detail.
Yeah, I had one guy cancel, so I do have a spot open that I did not open on the portal. So if anybody's interested in a camper spot and it does say sold out, just give us a call.
Yeah, Aaron, there's room for you to easy up pit and do the whole thing. Yeah. I also do have a few spots left down here on the Cool Kids Corner on the concrete.
Okay, perfect.
So I can hook you up. Probably have a spot right next to Seaver for you too.
Mark, yes, the Mugen camper spots are sold out.
Sold out and a really long waiting list.
They are, yeah. Chucky wants us to come along island. I'm in for a visit, but I can't move there. I'm sorry. Camper spots for Mugen are sold out. I wanted to just touch back on, there was questions about practice. I sent an email out, a 30-day to email. If you get our emails, go back into your inbox and look that up from your spam or whatever. It details out all the different groups for that. It is going to be wristbands again. We changed the times to be a little bit more fair to everyone, to get even times. We've put 2 caveats in place that are very important for Mugen. This is the other thing I really want to mention tonight. Okay. The first caveat is that if entries are really high in one class or one group and low in another group, we reserve the ability to change the amount of time, but we promise to keep them in the correct order. So we may adjust times a bit to give the right amount of time to where the most entries are for Mugen Challenge, but we will keep those classes in the same order for practice. The other caveat is you are not allowed to hold a spot for more than one driver. So if you are standing in line for practice, you can stand in line for one person. You do not have to be the person, but one person can stand in line for one person.
Yeah, so again, if my wife and I are there and I'm back in the pits wrenching on my car and she wants to take my radio and go stand in line to hold a spot for me, she can. But she can't hold my radio, Stainer's radio, Zach's radio, and be standing there holding 3-4 radios to hold 3 or 4 spots. Yeah. It's one human, one spot.
Yep. And if you are caught disobeying that rule or whatever, we reserve the right to just, you're not allowed to practice anymore. So you will not be practicing. You can still race at the event if you do that, but there'll be no more practice. So our big complaints about practice, everything worked really well with the wristbands last year in the groups. I will be detailing that more come Monday. There's a whole big post that goes out Monday after this race on that. But I just wanted to just put it out there now. I want you guys to start to prepare yourselves a little bit and get the word talking between your groups about, hey, not allowed to save spots for 100 people anymore. Because that was the complaint we're getting, and that's the point. If you come to us and tell us the thing that makes you mad, if you're nice about it and not a jerk, we probably will do something about it.
Yeah. Dominic, do you hear that?
Hey, he was actually nice about it and told me about it and was not a jerk about it. Good. And he was one of the reasons I changed it.
Okay.
Dominic.
That's good.
I completely apologize, but I did hear that there is going to be a pro registration for me.
Pre-registration? No.
Oh, pre.
No. We will not do pre-registration until Mugen Challenge crests the 500 inch.
We talked about it this year and we decided not to. We're going to do it one more year, no pre-registration.
489 didn't cut it. It's got to hit 500.
We did do a pre-registration for the Dream Race that's this weekend. It went really well. We're very happy with it. We have the system dialed in. I feel like we could do it for Mugen. We just not doing it this year.
Ooh, lots of comments. You're making slushies. Of course.
Yes, there'll be slushies. Be slushies. Can I bring a cargo trailer to Camp Itten at the rural campsite for Mugen since I missed reserving a spot? Yes, absolutely. Of course. Absolutely. So we have a primitive
Plenty of primitive.
If you can't get into those first 2 primitive lots, which are the closest to, there is more room in the field behind that for that parking. We are a little bit more particular at Mugen for parking because we have to fit a lot of people into our area. So there will be, you'll need to be with Kevin or my dad, and they will park you in tight. It's going to be like when you go to the ball field. We're gonna pack you in there, but there's plenty of room for everybody. Okay.
13 acres. We'll make them fit.
Absolutely, and as long as we park not like idiots, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So that was Robbie's question. Brad said Kurt Sieber will hold a spot for me. Yes. Sweet team won't make. Oh, teamwork makes the dream work. Excellent. Thank you. That's why I'll make it for sure. Awesome. No parking in front of the hobby shop. Oh, yeah. So good note from Shane Laux. Not because he got called out at all, but so we really like to keep the parking in front of the hobby shop open for our local customers and our local spectators to be able to come and watch races. So we would encourage you. You can park there for a second, run into the hobby shop, but then I'm going to encourage you to park in behind the out in the field so we can keep that open. That's mostly because our main goal is to encourage new people to get into this hobby all the time. If we don't make it easy and inviting for people off the street to come and watch races, then they're not going to want to do that.
No, they get overwhelmed. The locals tell us all the time that
they'd love to come.
I'd stop in and check it out, but it looks so full. I don't even know where to park. So we try to keep the front of the store open so that people can whip in and hang out for a little bit.
That's the end. So Mark wants to know, how big of a trailer can I put in the primitive?
53,102. And Mark, you would know what that means.
That's exactly why I said that. Okay, guys, that is it for us tonight. First of all, I just wanted to thank you all for coming for the dream. I'm so excited about how many pre-entries we already have, all the people that are coming and traveling in. We're super grateful. And we're super excited to have you this weekend. Could not do this and make this our livelihood without you. So we will see you and Matt on Friday morning.
Can't wait.
See you guys
soon. Safe travels.
I'm going to try to end it a different way so it doesn't cut me off in mid-sentence. Maybe I just have to say her for a minute and then stop.
Okay, you go ahead and do that. I'll wait. Just kidding. I'll wait for you.
You're not stopping.
I'm not stopping?
Because I was going to have it be pause. You know what I mean? But you're still talking.